Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name is Corey, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons Spelljammer. Dungeons and Dragons with a space-based theme. Say hello, everybody. We're back from two
Hey,
weeks off. That was wonderful. We're very excited.
So excited.
we can't all talk at once anyway because it like blocks some of our.
He's gone.
See, that's what happens if we all try.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Like a novice archer, I've missed this place.
Boo.
So let's get right into it after we say thank you to our patrons who are scrolling up in this corner right over here, right next to my head. Thank you for that. And then we will get right to it with a recap. Or Howard, do you want to introduce people, or what's going on here? What do we want to do first?
I'm happy to introduce people. So for starters, obviously, I'm Howard. I'll be the dungeon master or star master or whatever you call the master of a Spelljammer game.
Mattress.
The mattress. I
Star
will be your
mattress.
mattress.
The Dungeon Masters.
The dungeon mattress. The most hygienic place on earth. And I have no idea what the order is of people to my left and right, so I'm going to pretend I do and say, and to my right, Tinker, to explain who you are and what you're playing.
Who are you? Where am I? And why am I not wearing any pants? That's pretty
You
much
either?
sums up. That pretty much sums up Tinker. It's like looks up from her project that she's tinkering with the screwdriver. Wings kind of flutter. It's like, what was I supposed to be doing something? It wasn't my turn to cook. I swear I didn't burn it last time. No, that was your fault. Goes back to her tinkering with her artifice things.
And after you have introduced yourself, also feel free to pick the next victim.
Oh yes, victim. I'm gonna go with Keith, or AKA Del Starwind.
My name's Keith. I'm playing Del Starwind, Astral Elf Druid, formerly of the Astral Navy. I'm perhaps not quite as fun as Tink, but we'll get by. And I'll pass the hat over to Eudora.
I am Sarah, and I am playing Eudora, who is an Harangon, aka bunny person or rabbit person. And she is a fighter and a space pirate with amnesia, super mysterious. And let's see who hasn't gone.
Corey.
Let's do Corey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. Hey, I'm playing an astral elf named Beetlejuice, and he is a pirate with a whip, and he talks like this, and he's ready to kill some bullywogs that have been destroying people on the street. I think it's a good idea because there's a bounty on the bullywog king's head, and we need some gold. But I'm going to leave that up to Keith and his character, Del Starwind, and his journal, his log. He's got a nice big hard log that he's been writing in. You're writing your logs.
It was a challenge to push out.
Before we start that, I just want to say real quick, the Spike, the player of Chaos, is out tonight. He will be back next time. He just had other engagements tonight, but he is still with the group. And then now back to you. Sorry, Del.
From the Journal of Del Starwind. What a blighted day. We're sitting in the mud in the swamp trying to decide how to raid a blighted bullywug village. How did we get here? So, there weren't any private rooms, or none we could afford, at the inn, so we just slept in the common area. They still charged us 5 silver for the privilege. When we woke, though, Eudora was missing, along with all of her kit. None of the others had seen her wake, so we asked at the front about her. The bartender told us she'd seen Eudora meet with another of her kind who had come in during the night with a hooded figure, who was still sitting alone in the corner. After a bit more discussion, we agreed she'd left without us, and found her own way off world so we went and got ourselves some breakfast while we discussed our next move. In order to hire our guide through the desert, we're going to need to raise roughly 50 gold. This would give us some small cushion as well for expenses if the trip took a bit longer than the estimated 4 days. This was after talking to the hooded figure. I won't get into too much of that. Talking over ideas, we decided to see if there was any kind of job bulletin board. After we ate, we asked the bartender about this, and she pointed just outside the inn. As we stood there looking it over, Drimmer, the desert guide, passed by, asking if we were ready to go. I explained that we needed to raise his fee first, but we'd let him know once we'd done that. A couple of the posters had missing persons on them, people who had gone into the desert and disappeared. These looked promising, but our attention was drawn to another one, a bounty of 100 gold to kill the Bullywug King, with a crude drawing of a frog-like face with a crown. Deciding this was the most interesting, we went back inside to ask the bartender about it and why this king was wanted dead. According to her, the Bullywugs, frog people, were harassing and robbing travelers through the swamp, and some had even gone missing. It's become enough of a problem that this bounty was placed on their chieftain's head with the thought that his death would stop the attacks. We were going to need mist masks for this job if we were going to back into the swamp, so we headed to the tannery to buy some, and he directed us to the apothecary for the herbs to prevent the mist madness. From there, we headed into the swamp along the Trader's Road, which, it's worth noting, was not the route Chara had brought us through the swamp in the first place. We were several hours along the way when Ramush noticed a small side path leading off the road. As he inspected it, he found a large frog-like footprint, so we followed this new trail for a bit, even briefly getting ourselves lost and needing to backtrack slightly. As we found the trail again, Ramush narrowly avoided springing a net trap, and we saw in the trees 6 of the frog-like Bullywug warriors waiting to ambush us. In truth, it was a short and dirty fight, after which we allowed one lone survivor to run off in order to track him to his village and hopefully his king. Ramush had used a hunter's mark spell, so trailing him was a simple enough matter once Molina had magically cleaned herself of Bullywug guts. We quickly found the village and saw 2 guards on high alert watching into the swamp for us. We stood back where they couldn't see us so we could discuss our plan. Tinker did a scouting operation, flying through the treetops and looking over the area. The village itself was built into the treetops. Hidden mostly from the ground, she was able to find 2 possible buildings that might house their king. When I asked, she estimated the village's population at a little over 100, mostly civilian non-warriors. We argued for a few minutes over a plan of approach, with Ramush wanting to simply rush the guards, but in the end we simply backtracked to where we had fought the others to see if there was anything that they'd had that might be of use for this operation. And that's where we are now, sitting in the mud, arguing about how to approach these frog folk.
As you are doing that, I don't have your characters pulled up right now. Can you all each tell me your passive perception? And if you don't know how to do that, it's, unless you have any bonuses to perception, it's your wisdom bonus plus 10.
Mine is
14.
11.
If you are skilled in perception, you can also add your skill bonus.
Mine is 14.
All right. Is anyone got higher than a 14?
Nope.
Awesome. Out of 14, the best I can give you, and I guess Dell's the only one who hears it at 14, is there is a faint crack of sound that is not towards the village you're like near, because you know where the Bullywug village is, but behind, to your back, is you turn your head and it's a decent like distance in the swamp. You don't think it's too close to you, but does sound like a couple of shots from a musket or a flintlock. You're not sure which at this distance, but you've seen those items used. In fact, in a recent combat in space.
All right, I'll get my weapons ready and hunker down. Well, first,
Dell is the only one who heard it.
Oh, I have a 14
I'm making
as well.
mention.
Okay.
I think I
also
heard a gunshot.
I also have the 14.
Oh, well, you didn't say anything.
I put it in the chat. I didn't want to talk over everybody.
I really do appreciate that, but I didn't know and I didn't look at the chat because I'm looking at like 5 other things. Sorry. You both heard it. I apologize.
So yeah, I'll immediately get into stealth, and then like I'll get cover, and then pull out my weapons.
All right, great. And Dell, you all see
yeah.
Beetlejuice taking cover.
Yeah, I'm getting myself readying myself a little bit, and I'm mentioning to Tinker that something might be up. I think I just heard a gunshot.
All right. Meanwhile, elsewhere, deep in the swamp, Eudora, your head is starting to clear, and you are aware that your companions here in the swamp they're sure they are not your friend, as your wisdom allows you to steel yourself against the spells they're being constantly like offered to you to charm you. Essentially, you've made your saving throw, and you are starting to realize you don't belong in the swamp with a bunch of strangers. And all they've assured you is that the people that you have been traveling with were your enemies, which now your head is clear, and that none of that makes any sense. And as your head is starting to clear and you're starting to worry, you're like, what have I got myself into? Where the hell am I? Who are these people? You hear this like garrulous laughter, just like some deep throated, found you, boom. And you instinctively are ducking down as you see what was a woman, Haringa, next to you, take a shot, and not well. As she falls and looks up, her features fade into an androgynous white form that you don't know the gender, you don't know what you're looking at, but something in the back of your brain says that doppelgangers tend to be more of a darker gray than this. This is something called a changeling, and you don't know where that information even came from, but it's something you feel like you always knew, or at least you knew at some point in your past. But of course, at the moment, you are much more concerned with, as you look over, what appears to be an anthropomorphic hippo in the best description would be an English military uniform from Earth's 18th century, but whatever that would be translate to in Dungeons and Dragons terms, you're not real sure. Just he is wearing a cloth uniform with a lot of decorations on it. Actually, almost like a Boy Scouts like sash filled with badges and like metal pieces, all obvious some sorts of awards. He's wearing if you're familiar with a pith helmet, the safari wearing helmet, So that's what he looks like. And he is carrying what appears to be a very long musket with like just a ridiculously long barrel. And fixed atop that barrel is I don't want to say scope because I don't think you would know what it was initially, but it is a circular piece of glass that he is like aiming through with his eye as he looks down at y'all, and he has taken a shot at the woman that was leading you, or the whatever that was leading you through the swamp. There was another one behind you at a ways that has been following from a distance, but you were aware of and you were assured was a friend by the person who's you're now aware has been mucking with your mind. So you see all of this. And at this point, we're going to break this scene down into initiative. So go ahead and give me your initiative, and I will make one roll for your allies, whatever these people are with you, and one more roll for what appears to be an anthropomorphic hippo, which you do not know what that is. Oh, you can if you want to make a history check, but that would cost you an action. You can tell me if you are skilled in history, and you tell me your passive history, I will tell you if you know what that is or not.
Let's see. I don't think I'm not skilled in history.
You have no idea what the hippo guy is.
Yeah.
He's a hippo guy. Weird.
Indeed. Very strange. Very strange.
Hippo guy, rabbit guy.
A lot of strangeness going on right now.
We actually started playing Iron Claw
all
instead.
weird.
Yes, a lot of.
But if
lot
it
of
makes you feel any
weirdness,
better,
I don't know.
you were traveling with a coterie of great friends who you know are looking for you right now.
Yeah, looking for me so hard that they didn't even know I was kidnapped, right?
That's the ones.
You left willingly. All evidence pointed to that.
That's
There
how
were
spells work.
witnesses.
Did you get my initiative? Let me see here.
Let's see.
But now we're gonna go beat up that bunny girl. Definitely, we find that.
All right. It looks like your allies are not in a hurry. I don't see any rolls from you actually. Maybe.
All right, hang
I
on.
don't know.
I'm on somebody else's system, and she's got multiple screens. So let me
okay.
try to pull this up again.
I was gonna say if
I'm
the roll
not
came
familiar
through
with
for you,
this
just tell me
setup.
what it is. I believe you because it will come through eventually.
Yeah, I just lost it. Hang on, let me get it pulled
Using
up again.
somebody else's computer is like wearing somebody else's underwear. It just feels weird
It's
and
very-
wrong.
It can be very confusing because you don't know where anything is for sure. Everything's set up different. So I'm like, where is
Underwear
everything?
sounds super complex, Sarah. I'm just saying.
Hey, bras, man. Bras.
It's true. It's true.
Sadly, I'm like an A cup, so
Well,
I'm aware.
I'm not saying anything.
That's
right,
because
let
you
me
and I
try
are
that.
smart enough
All
not to.
right.
She's an A plus.
We will not comment on this.
It's S tier.
Are we just rolling right?
Yeah, there's an
Okay.
initiative button on your character sheet somewhere. Since these guys don't have character sheets that are logged into Roll20, because I'm much more competent in making character sheets in Notepad and Word.
I
than
mean,
am
I
in
hit.
Roll20.
I'm hitting initiative and nothing's happening. Am I?
Oh, well, what that means is in a moment, like 12.
Oh no, there it goes. There it goes. I was hitting the wrong spot apparently.
And as I say,
so
12,
I got a 12.
here's that
Yeah.
you go on 12.
Apparently, yes.
All right. So before you can act, a second shot rings out at the other. Well, let's see. No, she's still up. Well, they. I do not know changeling pronouns offhand. I know they're just like we are we.
Just go with they. It's easier.
Yeah.
They works. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
Anyway, he's gonna shoot at the changeling again. I guess yeah, she thought so. He's gonna try and take that one out first because it's wounded. That'll hit, and he gets to do a D10 plus. Hang on. Nope, not D20. To that, and his bonus. He's not super dexterous. Surprisingly, Hippo Man is not super dexterous.
Shocker.
Amazing.
But is he dexterous in the water?
He has a swim bonus, like speed bonus in water is all it really says. So I was just kind of going with that.
So I'd say yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I could see that. Maybe give him like an ability to not take the negatives that some weapons would have underwater. Doesn't really matter in this particular combat as they take 6 more damage. And will lie down and just contemplate their life as their blood runs out of their body. As one does, Changeling blood is weird and silvery and creepy, and whatever this person that is definitely no longer a Harengon is, it's dying. But if it kidnapped you, good.
Right?
But then again, if you're being shot at by a weirdo, but he seems to be targeting your kidnapper, good.
It's hard to know how to feel about that, honestly.
Does he know you're not with them? You don't
Not
know.
sure, yeah.
All right,
Maybe
and
it's good or maybe a huge problem.
it is now your turn to decide what you do with all this information.
I'm gonna go ahead and just shout, stop, don't shoot, I'm not with her.
Never
I
seen
like
her
that.
before in my life.
Yeah, exactly.
If that is all you're doing, you can totally call that a persuasion roll to try and convince
Yes.
your attacker that you are not with the
That
targets of his
is
current aggression.
the idea. I'm not part of whatever's going on over here, so
You just
I will
throw up
try
the shaggy
persuasion.
defense. Wasn't me.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
he's like, it was definitely you.
Oh crap. Okay. He's like, you're the
"Wasn't
mastermind of
me."
things over here.
And he takes one look at you and goes, damn, there's 3 of them. I was told 2.
Right. Apparently.
All right, cool. And then that is your full action. You can still move and make it a bonus action if you have anything.
Is there a place I can dodge, like hide
You
behind
can,
or
if you'd like
take
to
cover?
move behind cover.
Yes.
The swamp is filled with trees, like fallen logs, puddles you can just duck down into. So yes,
Yeah.
I would allow you to say I move to half cover with no problem.
That's my bonus action.
If you have survival, like trained, I will let you take full cover. Otherwise, we'll say half cover. You can totally move to.
I do have survival, yes.
Well, badass. Then you are able to hunker down into the water, just keeping your head behind a tree at a point where you can kind of have a visual on him as well as your other attacker, because you're assuming that no one's your friend in this situation.
No, probably not.
And yeah, you can find the spot to kind of take full cover, which means in order to get to you, the people are gonna have to do some significant moving and finding you. And
all right, that's the
will
goal.
complete
Yes.
your turn though. Which will take us to her action or their action or something's action. What is apparently a female Harengon other than yourself and the other one that is clearly not one anymore.
Right.
This one can still take an action. Oh, I need to make a death. What do you call it? Real quick for the other one. Let's do that first. Nope, that sucks. And she immediately fails 2 death saves. Or they do. Whatever it is, failed 2 death saves. The other one, however, will. Oh. It's going to move away, and bonus action away because it's a rogue. I just realized is if it's a bad guy and no one likes it, it's an it, and I don't care about its pronouns. Therefore, it runs away very, very fast. There's hopping involved, but it doesn't look right to you. It doesn't achieve near the height that you can achieve. That's some fake ass hopping. You know you're hopping.
That's pathetic.
All right, so it is just booking it. Gone. Screw
Sarah's-
all of that.
Sarah is 100% frozen.
All right. So is she
What a
Sarah,
position
can
to be
you hear us?
frozen in.
There you go.
I see Sarah moving.
Now,
Now,
Sorry about that. I think I lost my internet for a second.
Oh, okay.
I believe you did.
All right. Did you hear that the other one ran away?
No, okay.
Okay. It ran away, but you, as a Harengon, are able to identify that it's as it was speeding away. It used its move action, its bonus action, and its movement action to all run, which means one thing: rogue or monk, maybe. But if you can bonus action run, there's something going on there.
Yeah. Some kind
and-
of training.
And then on top of that, while there was what appeared to be hopping involved, never achieved anything near the air that you normally clear when you're in a hurry. And there is so many reasons in a swamp to lift your feet off the frickin' swamp. So you get this weird inclination, something off.
Suspicious AF.
Especially since the last Harengon turned out to be whatever that dying white thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a changeling because you have the weird innate knowledge that made you go, hey, that's a changeling and not a doppelganger because of reasons that I don't remember reading. All right. So that's where they are at the top of the round. I get to shoot at something first. Oh, but I got the scope and it's trying to get away. You have full cover. I think I'm going to try and take a shot at the ones fleeing. That makes more sense because I got the scope. I don't have a penalty. Yeah, he still hits. Yeah, magic rifle. I mean, thing gets bonuses. Whatever. I'm freaking hit at it because reasons that you don't actually know about and stuff. But I rolled crap. And one of its ears vanish, which is going to be a really gross scar on the side of its head later. But poof, an ear vanishes as a shot rings out. And for Dell and Beetlejuice, you hear a second shot as you all have taken action to hunker down, get your equipment ready, and figure out what you're going to do next. There is another shot. That would actually be the third.
I was going to say there were 3 shots at this point.
Yeah, that would be the third shot you've heard at this point. So because we're still in that round, though, I'm going to go to Sarah first. And what are you doing? Do you care at all about the thing bleeding out? Just 10 feet away from you.
I'm not going to try to help her, but I am going to see if I can interrogate her before she dies.
She doesn't appear conscious, so how would you do that? Do you have any cool abilities I forgot about?
No. I guess if I can't get her conscious, then that's that. Too bad for her.
You would have to make a medicine check to stop her bleeding, and then unless you get a critical success or she gets a critical success on her next death save, she's not going to wake up for at least an hour. And if things go bad, then she won't wake up at all because she's
all right. Well,
away from death.
I'll see if I can stabilize her, just because I want to question her and figure out what the heck is going on. So,
all right, so you kind of belly crawl through the swamp over to where she is. And
yeah, I do have medicine as a skill.
Oh, awesome. That's good news. Go ahead and make your medicine check. You have it.
But I did not roll well, no.
As you see this silvery goo just flowing out into the swampy water and this thing, and your mind is immediately clouded with multiple thoughts like, what if its veins are in different places? What if this? What if that? And you're trying to pack its wounds, and you're like, should I slap it? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm looking at. I know this is called a changeling, but you realize biology wise, you don't know what you're looking at other than that it's called a changeling.
Did that just wink at me?
Right.
Hey, shapeshift into something I can patch up. Hurry up.
Right.
Oh God, it's oozing. I don't know what it's oozing, but I don't
know what that does.
I'm better with mammals. Are you even a mammal? I don't even know.
Is there supposed to be an extra part? Oh wait.
Is this a penis or a vagina? I don't know. It's a mess. Whatever you're looking at, you don't know, and you are unable to save it. But it will. Let's see. Wait. Yeah, it's its turn. It will make a death save, or it won't make it. We'll find out. Oh, yep. There goes that. That is.
Sucks to be her, or it, or whatever.
It got a natural one the first time, which was 2 death saves failed, and then a third one just now. So.
It's Jim Jed.
You look at this thing as you're trying to save it, and you're like, I think it has given up the ghost, whatever this was. It's not going to kidnap anyone else. Bonus.
There's that at least.
All right. I will give you this because you only moved 10 feet. Would you like to move anywhere else? Would you like to retake your cover? Would you like to do a bonus action?
Do I see or hear anyone around me? Can I tell if that other person's still there, or?
He fired. He didn't move, so he is still there. He shot at you before. Well, not at you specifically, but at someone next to you. So he is definitely still in range to shoot towards you again.
Then I'm just gonna take cover and ready my weapons.
All right. So you return to where you were before, and then weapon interaction. Get your weapons out. All good to go. Mm-hmm. All right. That finishes your turn. We're going to go to the non-involved group at this point, which is everyone else. What are y'all doing at this point? You've heard.
So I counted 3 shots. 3 shots. That means there's probably at least three people, because those weapons are single shot, right? So Um,
Maybe you don't.
what do we want to?
You only know of the weapons you've seen,
which are single shot.
So it could be 3 people firing, or one guy who has 3 weapons all slung across him. That he just whips one out, fires it, tosses it, grabs the next one.
which is a viable tactic.
It is.
I'd like to pretend I've never tried that cheesy stuff, but I've totally done that.
I've seen
of course you have. You're
of
completely
guns.
cheesy.
Tinker would be trying to identify the type of gun if she heard the latter 2 gunshots.
All right. If you want to actually take the moment to identify it, instead of giving you a passive check, I can give you an active check. It would be intelligence. For gun identifying, unless you have... Oh, wait, you do have knowledge of guns. Because you are one of those. I guess, yeah, because you do, go ahead and add your proficiency to your intelligence and make a roll. If you have anything that's intelligence based that you have proficiency in, just roll that skill because it's better than making a new skill for the whole thing.
Oh, that was wisdom.
That was wisdom. That's the wrong stat.
The computer is smarter than I am. That's without proficiency. I just tapped the
Okay,
button.
so you have at least another +2 on there. All right, so with a 13 then, I'm going to give you what you would know from your point of view, which is you can think of ways, much like the multiple roped to yourself weaponry, or you could imagine a situation where you would have something that could like move into place into the chamber. And the word just comes in your head. You're like, oh, like a barrel, maybe just like spinning. And
then
I
could just
spin it and fire it. That would be a good way to do that because inventing new tech is literally your thing.
I was going to say, she follows that rabbit hole in her mind. And it's just kind of like, she goes, oh, I think it's a, and then she just like freezes and like stares off into space as she's working it out in her head.
Yeah. You're seeing the brilliance and innovation that you hadn't previously considered because you're hearing multiple shots or well, you're being told actually. I don't think you actually heard them.
That's why I was like, I don't know if I managed to hear the third one. So.
You're like, what if there is one guy with a cool weapon? How would I do it? And then the idea of a barrel occurs to you and you're like, that's how I would do it. But this would take you some time to develop. You need the raw material, forge, all kinds of stuff.
After a few minutes of staring off into space, kind of like
minutes?
whatever automatons just kind of shut down, she immediately picks up her notebook and starts sketching.
I'm moving under stealth towards the ruckus. Obviously,
I assume the minutes are in her bullet time brain.
I know. Yeah,
that's like all she's doing for like the next little bit. So
and bullet time has like a special meaning in this particular scene.
Like Ramush, I'm also going to start trying to sneak forward a little bit and just see what the heck.
All right, Quijos is with you guys, and he sees y'all acting weird. And you start saying, hey, I'm hearing, it sounds like shots coming from that way. And he's like, shots. And he pulls forth a liquor bottle you were not aware he previously had and takes a shot.
Shot.
Oh my goodness.
Shot.
And why is he doing that? Because he needs to be inebriated for the rest of this episode so he can be fully good for next episode.
How does he take so many shots? I bet he has like a barrel that has a tap that constantly comes out with more shots.
It's a flask, but it's actually like 3 flasks and with one nozzle, and it spins and shoots the liquid into you.
I tell Quijos just to stay here and keep an eye in case the bullywugs start investigating and find us.
And it occurs to me just now that another good way to explain y'all's absence from one game, rather than an entire kidnapping scenario, is drunkenness, because like most of you probably have PTSD for some reason or another.
It's written right into my background.
It is, and I want to
Self-medicating.
say there's logic for it to be in Kios's background, but I'm not going to speak to his character till he's here.
Tink is just like, "Ooh, hit me with some of that."
So either he has PTSD and needs it, or he just totally whiffed it on what's going on right now. It was like, hey, I have a flask, and takes a shot.
And Tinker joins him.
All right. So that cuts back to Sarah. Sarah, at the top of the round, let's see, you are still behind full cover. Took a shot and destroyed the ear of one of them. It's still there, though, because it didn't get another action. I guess, unless I skip something, he's going to shoot it again. And if I did skip something, I don't care. They're NPCs. They can all die. Everyone dies. Oh, yeah. Speaking of NPCs, Melina is with you guys, too. She was scared and she takes full cover. Because, sure, why not? And I forgot about her until just now. I really should do better on remembering who exists. So he's going to take another shot. It's a D20 roll.
So the two Githyanki just commiserate. That's what we'll call it.
Cheers. All right. That's a hit. D10 plus 2. Oh, that's no good. Well, no good for them. They fall. And that's what you see, Sarah, or Eudora. And it's now your turn. You see that the other, what you're now assuming is probably another changeling, has fallen. What would you like to do?
If this dude's gonna not listen to reason, keep attacking me, then I guess I'm gonna defend myself.
All right. He hasn't attacked you yet. You have full cover. You can attack him. You can try and persuade him again, or you can run. I mean, really, those are the three options I see. If you can think of something else, of course, that's the point of role playing, is to do your thing.
Yeah, you know what? If I can just take the opportunity to try to run while he's shooting at them, I will do that.
All right. You cannot bonus action run because you're not a rogue. But you can run and then move action run. As an action you can move, and then as a move you can move, which I think is more accurate to the way the book describes it. But essentially you can make it 60 feet.
Then I'll do that.
The only thing I can add to that you might be able to do is I would allow you to, because it's in your nature, not really a bonus action, but as a part of your movement, include hopping. So if you'd like to be in a tree or somewhere weird, I'll let you just throw out an athletics check and be somewhere other than directly on the ground.
All right, I'm going to take off in the opposite direction, just try to put as much distance between him and me as I can.
Okay. All right, then you are.
I'm betting he's not as fast as I am.
He doesn't look it. He definitely doesn't look particularly fast. He does have an imposing figure because Hippo, with a gun, Hippo with a rifle. But beyond that, no, he doesn't look particularly like he's going to charge through a swamp and grab you. What I'll give you if you'd like is you can make an athletics check to negate, because you're technically, and I forgot to mention this earlier, swamp is rough terrain. So, but with an athletics check, you can move through it like it's not. But it is rough terrain. So you actually only get 30 feet away.
So much for that.
All right. Do you want to try and duck behind a tree?
I guess I will cover as much distance as I can, and then can I hop into a tree?
I'll be a little stupid lenient here and give you a second athletics check to bonus action into a tree.
All right. man.
And you
What
do,
is
in
with
fact,
these dice?
you completely jump into a tree and it hurts and you fall down to the base of the tree and you take a point of damage and maneuver yourself next to it, but you get no cover bonus because it wasn't a big enough tree to hide behind.
Fair enough.
You're failing all the rolls. So I tried.
These dice just don't like me.
They do not. Darn you, virtual dice.
It's not like you can threaten to set them on fire either.
If she burns up the internet, can she start with wherever credit is stored?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Credit, student loans, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all of it. It all needs to go. All right, so you did that. Let's see. I'm going to make his, no, because he's not going to waste an action. So it's going to be based on his passive perception, which fortunately is actually fairly high. The first one, he can see was definitely one of his two targets. The second one, yeah, I feel like because he knocked it out, it's going to go back to its original form, and he has a high perception and a scope. A thing on his doohickey that you don't know what it is. I don't know his rules. But he can see it. He knows he has acquired two changeling targets as he intended. So does he care about the third one? You could be a changeling. So Sarah, this is super important.
Mm-hmm.
Odd or even?
Odd.
He shoots you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
But I gotta do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna shoot with a natural 20.
Sarah's dead.
Son of a gun.
It was nice knowing you.
It was. Oh man, these dice are killing you today. You
Holy
feel
crap.
something just rip through you. That'd be 2d10 plus 2. Which
Well, that sucks.
it was 9 points, but honestly,
That could have been way worse.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So much worse. All right. So a shot rings out. For those keeping count, another shot has rung out. And that hurt you a lot. He does seem to be limited to one per round, but he has gotten a lot off. And
Does he notice that I'm not bleeding silver? They were?
you don't know yet. It would be your turn again, but just for fun, as he's shooting you, we're going to cut to the uninvolved group. A fourth shot is rung out. What are y'all doing? You feel like it's not at you?
No, because something would have shown itself, like a bullet hitting a tree or something would have definitely shown. But still try to sneak up enough to see what the actual is going on. Yeah, trying to get closer to sort it out.
Yep.
Also at this point, the two highest perceptions, which are Beetlejuice and Bill Starwin, you would see there are frog people, bullywugs. You know what they're called at this point. Jumping forward to go engage because they want to know what's probably ringing out shots near their village. You see what looks like at least 4 of them. They are in a hurry. They're focused on where the sound is coming from. They don't seem to notice you as they are actually going above you through the trees and skipping the rough terrain of the swamp because they have cool hopping powers and they make athletic checks. Well, their passive athletics is high enough to hop through trees that they're familiar with. They have
It's also their home terrain, so
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is they have a home terrain bonus, and that's how I'm describing it.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm perfectly willing to let them engage whatever is up there before I do. So follow along. What's your thoughts?
All right, cool,
yeah.
cool. Anybody else do anything?
Sneaky.
At this point, Tinker would have probably realized, hey, where'd everybody go? And sneaks off after them.
Tucks the notepad away. God damn it. God damn it.
She's buzzing off after us?
No, because she's being stealthy. There's no buzzing involved.
All right. If you're being stealthy, throw out a stealth. If you're not being stealthy, you can move at your full movement with an athletics check. Otherwise, you're at half movement. Except for Tinker. Well, you are stealthy, but I was going to say the terrain doesn't bother you because you have wings.
Yeah.
And also, you're super stealthy at the moment. And Dell, you are stealthy. And if you want to make a athletics on top of that, instead of being at a quarter movement, you'll be at half movement because you're at half while you're stealthy.
Ooh.
1 second here.
Because stealthing through a swamp seems like it would take a while to not have that sound. That exactly that, yes. The sound of me eating cereal.
Could be worse, could be yogurt. I had to apologize to my other gaming group because I was running it. I was listening to metal on my headset before everybody else joined, and I'm like eating yogurt, like rocking out. Oh, sorry guys.
All right, so Dirty Tony Dell here is moving along just fine, and no one noticed.
Dirty Dell.
Dirty Dell. I kind of like it.
Well, I'm dirty right now. We're in a swamp.
It's fair.
We're all dirty.
I made my stealth a long time ago. It was 18 when I first heard the shot.
All right, yeah, you can still be stealthy, but if you want to move at the same speed as your equally stealthy friend, you might want to make an athletic check. Otherwise,
athletics check.
Movement,
okay,
which is super annoying.
Athletics
and more annoying, really, than anyone because I have to figure out what a quarter of 30 is.
There. How's that for athletics check?
Oh yeah, look at you. You're like, you have like this moment of, I could just barrel roll, right? Whoa, that'd be so nasty.
Quarter of 30, like 7.5.
Exactly. 7.5 feet. I don't know what that is. I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. I would like everything to be even and easy. So I'm going to have to get you all to somehow get your athletics or get your movement up to 40 so it can be divided twice. Or I can cripple you down to a 20. Those are the options.
I'm against the second one.
All right. So y'all begin moving stealthily and agilely or athletically, I should say, through the swamp towards the source of all these bangs. Which cuts us back to you, Sarah, or rather Eudora. The shooting is your action, I believe. Oh, wait. There is something I think I forgot at this point. I think I had a death save I forgot to make.
For Way of the Changelings?
Hey, it made it. Yeah, one's dead, but one's not.
Yet.
We can fix that.
The dice are in their favor. All right, so now, Sarah, is your turn. He is definitely still shooting at you because you have a hole in you. So what would you like to do? Would you like to try and convince him again? Would you like to run? Would you like to fight? Would you like to hide?
Yeah, I'm going to try another persuasion check. I'm going to say, do you see my blood is not silver? I'm not one of them.
That's a good point. It's a very strong and worth another persuasion check. I like it.
Should be fairly obvious. I'm not a changeling.
All right. But apparently you have a 0 charisma bonus.
Watch, I can actually hop.
We all have terrible charismas.
Yeah, I'm not.
You are the unlovable bunch. That will be your party name from this moment forward.
I have a decent charisma. Thank you very much.
Not according to Corey. He just decided you didn't.
Fight me! Oh, wait. I see what you mean.
All right. So with a 15, it might make him pause. He is a fairly wise fellow because it helps with that perception and aiming. So you see him. Well, wait, before he does anything, let's save. Oh, that's no good. But still, we're even. One up, one down. All right. He looks over you, and even with his passive perception, and because he's got the scope, he can look you. He looks at you, and it's like, huh, well, my bad. So you're an actual bunny. Rabbit, no. Lepus, nope. Harrigan. You're a Harrigan.
It's the night of the Lepus.
They kidnapped me.
Oh. Bunny napped. Nope. We'll go with Kit. You're a kid. Great. Well, then you're free. You're welcome. Yeah, he walks
Rub
over
my
to the-
wound. Yeah, thanks.
He doesn't seem like he cares.
I'm sure he doesn't.
You get that feeling like he no longer cares about you. Like he don't think he's going to shoot you again. He is clearly just walking towards the first one he shot down to inspect it, and has lost interest in you. But you do get the sense, I will say this much, you get a sense that he's still aware of you. Like if you were to decide to leap and attack him, you definitely don't have surprise.
I'm gonna try to get out of there.
Okay, cool. You can start moving. Survival check. This is for unrelated reasons, not about him. Okay.
Ha! 19.
You have a basic idea of which way the village you came from is.
Mm-hmm.
You could head back that way. You could head another direction. I just want to say that if you want to head back that way, you have an idea of which way to start going.
And that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to see if I can catch up to my friends.
Great. So you start heading back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
You see him at, like outside of your vision. He's going through their pockets, flipping the body over, double checking it. He has zero regard for the fact that this is a dead person.
Yeah.
He is treating it as a complete object, does not care. Oh yeah. And then you see him pull out from his backpack that he is wearing. You see him pull out a hacksaw, and it looks like he's going to pull the head as you are leaving.
Literal headhunter.
Yep.
Well, like I said, I'm getting the heck up out of there just in case he changes his mind about me.
Okay, cool.
I would like to keep my head where it is.
Quick question before you leave. Is there anything else you look for as you are leaving this scene?
No, I think I just want to get somewhere I can treat my wound.
Awesome. All right. So you do all that, and you are getting away from the scene. No one is pursuing you. So we will move over to the rest of the group. Guys, you are creeping slowly towards the sounds. You no longer hear any more shots. My two high perception fellows, you heard voices, indistinct due to the distance. The best you can make out, one had a very deep voice, male, you guess. And the other, I would say you'd actually have to make a perception check to recognize your friend at that distance. Other than that, I might be able to give you female. But if you'd like to make the perception check, you can feel free to roll it.
Okay.
And only Del Starwind and Beetlejuice, because you guys,
Okay.
You're the perceptive ones. All right. Del, definitely. You're like, that was Eudora. Ramesh,
And I'll
you're
say
not
that.
sure. You're like, that's a man and a woman you don't know. And for Quijos, Melina, and Tinker, people are talking over there. It sounds kind of shouted, but you can't make out much other than male voice, female voice. That's all you really got.
I'll make mention that sounded a lot like Eudora.
For those that don't know it, could be.
Can I tell from my higher flight vantage point? Does that give me any sort of?
You could fly forward and take a visual look. Sure, go ahead and make.
Yeah, since I'm not having to schlep through the muck. So yeah, I'll zip forward.
You zip forward and have a look. Go right ahead.
Yep. You need me to do a perception?
Right.
Okay.
Because they are still moving through a swamp, and she's in a hurry, and the other dude's just doing his thing. You make out as you're all moving forward. Tinker kind of zips forward because of the grace of wings, and you are able to Tinker. You're able. You guys see basically Tinker's ass because she can do what she wants to do with.
She's basically laughing and blowing raspberries at you.
Yeah, she's no longer stealth though. As she zips forward, you see her ass, and she sees with an 8 the backside of a very broad man or woman. You're not sure yet. Whatever it is, it's very broad, and its skin is gray, mostly covered by a weird uniform of sorts, like beige in color with a green sash.
She returns back to them and goes, "Y'all are
and a pith helmet."
Yeah. Tinker turns around and goes, "I think you guys have been into some of Quijos's brew there, because that was not Eudora."
Quijos takes another shot and is like, "I didn't share anything." And that is my best Quijos impression, because at the moment I don't remember what he sounds like. I don't think he had a particular voice that he was doing, and if he did, I forgot it. In which case, sorry, Spike. And Melina is going to try and persuade Spike to share a shot.
Good luck.
It's all NPCs at this point. They just do things. It matters.
Start playing a drinking game.
Just keep an eye out for tree frogs.
Well,
and, oh yeah, that is something else that Tinker would have seen. Now that you brought that up, absolutely, there are bullywugs that are closing on that position, but you all already knew about them.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward. I don't care. There's a guy with a gun. We're gonna have a conversation.
Gonna conversate.
Did you want a revolving rifle,
Me?
Ramush?
No.
Is that what you want?
No.
Tinker does.
I don't think Tinker could hold that revolving rifle.
You heard our
Challenge
friend's
accepted.
voice. You heard our friend's voice. All we saw is this big dude. I'm gonna see what's going on.
I agree. We absolutely need to know what's going on.
So I'm continuing on. None of this changes anything.
Okay, at which point we'll call it a new round, and the bullywugs have entered the arena, but they are outmatched by the much faster other guy, Hippo guy. And Hippo guy is fairly perceptive, and since it's them coming because they weren't being stealthy. And he's going to see if he can pick one out of a tree. Boom. Teach you to be a bullywug. Yes, it will. Boom.
Hey, is he going after our bounty?
You were only being paid for the Bullywug King. He's just like looks up, sees four-armed bullywugs leaping towards him, and just like takes aim and blows one out of the tree. And there are now 3 bullywugs. And I'm gonna say I'm not gonna bother with death saves on unnamed bullywugs. So
Less opposition when we go into the village after the king.
Hey, if they're leaping out of the trees, it really is Night of the Lepus.
wrong creature, but sure. All right. So one bullywug down. He can only take one shot around. It is now the bullywug's turn because y'all are not close enough to roll initiative this round, but you will next round. There are 3 bullywugs left to attack him, and they will because they don't like being shot for some reason.
Go figure.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That is not. So 2 of them are going to leap forward and come down with their spears. Oh, they are trained with them. There you go. Okay. Oh, damn it. I did the damage wrong. Oh, well, it should have been a +2, not a +4. So we'll just take 4 off the total. So instead of 11, he takes 7. All right. Yeah, 2 of them come down and they have slammed spears into him. And he lets forth a disturbing laugh, at which point y'all are close enough to see that occur and may roll initiative to join in the next round. And Sarah, you can return because you definitely hear more shots ring out and then a disturbing laugh, or another shot and a disturbing laugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be stealthy and double back, maybe from like a different direction to see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay, awesome. All right, I think I was going on 14 and you were 12, which puts Beetlejuice at the top of the round. Beetlejuice, what are you gonna do?
All right, this guy's being ambushed by bullywugs.
Yes.
I bet this guy seems like he's smart. He's got this cool gun that does weird things. He wears nice clothing. So I think I can reason with this guy. And I'm going to try and get on his side by taking out the bullywug that's attacking him. So I'm going to attack from stealth and whip that freaking bullywug and try and bring him down.
As you do that, just so you know, Melina lets forth a cool, like purple electrical, like lightning bolt thing that attaches to one of the bullywugs and is electrocuting the crap out of it. And she is concentrating and maintaining it.
All right, I'll attack the other one because you said there were 2 left.
Or
3
there
left?
are 3 left.
There are 3 left. I'll get one of the other ones.
Yeah,
Distract him.
I almost forgot my other NPCs. So I really need to just keep better track.
Melina can keep her concentration, and the other ones won't attack her while I distract them with my cool whip fighting. I have advantage because I'm attacking from stealth.
Cool.
15.
That'll hit.
That is 6 points of damage.
All right, cool. It is still up.
Yep. Do I have anything else I can do? I don't think so. No. Okay. I think that is it. I have a shield. Keep my shield up.
All right, Sarah, and then after that, Tinker and Dell need to figure out who goes first between them. You can either choose or have who has the higher dex off.
Tinker has a higher initiative modifier, so she can go first.
All right, but before that, Sarah.
Oh, it's my initiative.
I believe you went on 12, unless I've
Yes.
forgotten.
No,
Okay.
I did go on 12. You're correct.
All
Okay. So can I see what's going on yet?
You're creeping back in the Yeah, you haven't gotten very far. You're only basically like 2 rounds of moving away. So you're now 1 round back. In the distance, yeah, you see that there are bullywugs. Well, there are frog people, which something in your head went, looked at them and knew this was the wrong type of terrain for Gripply, whatever that is. So this is something called a bullywug, which is a different frog person. Just like way too much information in your brain that you're like, I don't know what all this is talking about. I don't know why I'm remembering these things, but those are
How
bullywugs.
do I know all this? Yes.
Yeah, they're attacking Hippo guy. That the name of that race didn't pop up in your head, but bullywugs are attacking him, and then you see one of them lit up with electric, like purple electricity, and then the other one that's being attacked by a whip from Rumish, who is obviously much closer because he's using a whip.
I have the bird mask thing on, so I don't know if she recognizes me.
Oh yeah,
You
Yeah,
right.
know your
bird.
clothes, though. Come on.
We have the bird masks. Well, she does know my clothing and that I use a whip, and I'm very good at it.
So
I
do I
mean,
it
do I
looks like
recognize
him.
my party or?
Well, you feel like you recognize him, although he is wearing one of those masks, but you know what they are. I mean, you're familiar. You were at the shopping thing where they talked about getting them. You
Okay.
don't know that they got them, but
So
it looks like they got them.
if I'm like I think that's Ramesh, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep trying to get a little closer to see if I can see the rest of the party.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you want to make an athletics check, or do you just want to assume that you're moving really slow?
I'll move slow because I want to be stealthy. I don't want to draw any attention.
All right, so you're
Attention.
going to stay in your stealth.
Howard,
You just-
for my next action, I will charm Eudora and then shape change so my face actually looks like Ramouche to
that's
seal
cool,
the deal.
but that's like many actions from now. Right now, I think it's going to be Tinker and Dell next.
So Tinker before me.
Oh, right. That's me.
It is.
It took me a minute. I'm like Tinkerdell. Wait, one of those is my name.
That's
Those names sound important.
Who is this Tinker person you speak of? I don't know.
I do not know what a Tinker Dell is.
Where are you? Who am I? And why am I not wearing any pants? Basically, Tinker would probably check on Eudora, because you said you had a wound, if I remember correctly, out of character.
Yes.
It wasn't terribly
Yes.
serious, but Tinker would mostly be like,
Well, it took half my hit points, so I don't look great. I look like I'm in some pain.
yeah.
Do you see Eudora? She's hiding.
exactly.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm being stealthy because I don't know it's them. I don't know who's there, so I'm
That's
still
true.
investigating.
You know how Eudora is lucky? It's because she's not an NPC. The wound didn't take away one of her ears.
That only happens to NPCs.
They're the only ones
They're
that
not
get cool
important.
disfiguring scars.
The story's not about them. Who cares?
Be a pirate, end up with one eye, like a proper pirate, or peg leg or something. I don't know.
Assuming it doesn't die, there is a one-eye or a one-eared changeling bounty hunter out there somewhere. Just saying.
Yeah, I think Tinker would kind of hesitate, trying to figure out kind of the best course of action.
Awesome. All right.
And she's kind of like, I am not the type to run headlong into a fight and succeed. She will sometimes run headlong into a fight, but not always.
Okay. Which brings us to Dell.
Okay, so first question. As a former Navy member, would I recognize what Big Hippo guy is?
What is your, because I assume you don't want to spend the whole round like pondering things. What is your passive history to think about it?
Passive history would be 11. This is just an at a glance thing.
Right. I would say that with an 11, you've heard that there's a race of spacefaring people that look like that, but you don't know any of the specifics. Like none of the specifics are coming to you at the moment, other than that is a real thing that you're looking at. Beyond that, you're not real sure at the moment. The name GIF isn't coming to you at the moment, but it'll probably like later on when you're not in the middle of combat, you'll be like, GIF.
Oh yeah.
That's what that was.
It's that moment where, like, in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., you wake up and you're like, Matt Damon. That's the name of that actor that was in the thing.
So
Matt Damon was not in the
what
thing.
What I am doing, though, what I do want to do is he had been shooting at something before those bullywugs showed up.
Right.
So I'm going to take a look around the area. I want to get a feel for what actually happened, that like who he was shooting at, who or what he was shooting at, before I join in on anything.
I'm going to say investigation, unless you have a better skill you'd like to apply and you want to.
Perception works better for me.
Okay, I can say perception. All right, let's go with that.
Maybe.
All right. With that, you assess the area. You see the hippo guy, and there's that moment in your brain where you're trying to remember what the heck those are called, which only gives you a few, moments left over as you're like, okay. He's standing over a dead something. It looks like a white, pale corpse. You can't. It's weirding you out that you're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. You can't tell if it's male, female, human, not human, whatever you're looking over. The only thing you're sure of is that it's dead, and that's bleeding silver, which is super weird. You don't know what that is. You do not see Eudora because she was stealthed. And I will also give you that. Let's see. Oh, well, there are 3 bullywugs and I'll give you the corpse of the 4th, and one of them is on purple electric fire right now. Just
okay.
He's not having his best day.
But I can see the changeling corpse, so I've got an idea of what he was shooting at.
He definitely is. He's definitely like standing over it, like he was looting that bod, because that is a stance that you have been in more than once.
Okay, that gives me enough of a layout of what's going on before I do anything next round.
All right. Then we're moving on. You two went on 10. I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else. I don't think there is, so I'm gonna go to no PCs at least. NPCs. Oh yeah. Kios looks a little confused, like he's gonna walk up and he just kind of looks at the big hippo person and says, "Oi, what you doing?" And gets his attention. He has his weapons out like he's ready to fight, but not necessarily engaging. Just that, not rushing in, but at the same time not unarmed or anything, just ready. I think that's everyone, and we'll go back to the top of the round. Top of the round, I think Melina is actually first, if I'm looking at this right. Yeah. She's going to maintain concentration and keep electrifying that dude, which brings us to... wait, no, not Sarah anymore. Rumish?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, him too. Both of you.
I'll be attacking the same one with my whip again. I don't have
Awesome.
advantage this time, unfortunately, but that's okay. 22 still hits.
It does. Just barely. No, I mean, you totally rocked it.
And I'll do 8 points of damage.
It was the same one?
Yep.
Yep. You and create this just this line across his face that begins to gush blood, which is not silver. um, but still gross. And it'll fall forward, and it looks like it's trying to stop the blood as it's falling into the swamp. Looks very, very unfortunate and sad.
Are you knocking your mic around a lot? Because there's a lot of noise coming from you, I think.
I might be because the whole mic stand fell down. So I'm just holding it.
That's the problem.
It is.
Well, there's your problem.
It totally sucked. It fell down like right before we started broadcasting. The whole thing just fell off where I normally keep it, and I was like, "Well, god dang it!" So
it's been very noisy.
I'm sorry. So I removed the mic from the stand, kind of. It's like still tied in there, but not as closely. And I'll just hold it. Hopefully that works.
Okay, so is the guy still in fighting order, or is he down?
Yeah, he looks like he's down. Oh, you know what? That's who I forgot to use. I gave actions to everyone except the bullywugs.
Yep, the bullywug's gonna fall back. I knew that happened. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Apparently.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna give the other two actions real quick. Half the bullywugs are down. Well, actually, dead, electrified, and dying. There's a bullywug. It's going to see how brave he is. He's not. He'd like to flee. If y'all wish to stop him, do so. If you don't, do whatever else you want to do on your turn.
So
after Beetlejuice is Sarah, and then Tinker and Dell.
One moment,
slightly faster.
Howard.
Yes.
I have 10 feet of like, what's it called? Threatening area. So if he moves away, I attack of opportunity him with my bonus action.
Oh, all right, cool. Whip it good.
Reach out and whack someone.
That'll hit.
It will.
Definitely.
And I'll do 6 points of damage.
Okay. He now has 2 butt cracks. All right. So you crack him a new butt, and then
he can run.
He's gonna try. He's gonna hop away, because bunnies aren't the only one with that trick. Unless, of course, he is stopped by either Tinker or Dell. Tinker. Oh wait,
Tinker.
no. Sorry, Sarah, then or Eudora, then Tinker, then Dell. Eudora, you were moving closer. You are in range to get involved if you'd like. You do see an electrified bullywug, a whipped apart bullywug, a shot apart bullywug, and one that's trying to leave, but he just got his like right cheek cut in half.
So, have I identified who's there yet, or?
Yeah, you do see it's your party, as well as the Hippo Man. You don't see any changelings doing anything anymore.
Yes.
What do you
yeah, I'm gonna walk up to rejoin the group. I'm not gonna attack the bullywugs because I don't actually know what's going on. So I'm just gonna be like, oh, there you people are.
All right. This brings us down to Tinker then Dell.
There you are. Oh my god, what happened to you? Shouldn't that red stuff be on the inside, not on the outside?
I got kidnapped and shot.
What'd you go and do that for? So Tinker's probably trying to be like, plug the leaks like she's used to with like her machines, just like goes to like stick a finger in a hole and is like looks at her greasy finger, dirty finger, goes, wait, maybe not.
No, stop, just stop.
She's starting to. She did not actually. We need some duct tape over here.
Tinker, is that your action to go over to her? You've seen her?
Yeah, and basically, I don't actually have medicine, but she would basically being like, you gotta put pressure on it, right? Wait, my hands are all dirty.
Well, I have medicine, so I'm probably trying to patch myself up.
Yeah, you're probably like, just put your finger there, your clean finger there. Yep, hold that. Okay. Tinker's helping you out with that.
Yeah.
You're like, you look through all 10, then you find one semi-clean finger because she's also been crawling through a swamp. All right, and then Dell.
Okay, so at this point, Eudora's out in the open where, because Tinker's talking to her.
Right, everybody is out in the open. Everybody has been seen. The Hippo man is currently eyeing all of you like he's assessing what's going on, like he's holding his action. Like you get the feeling if anything comes up, he's going to blow one of you away with that big, really elongated musket with the strange crystal on the front of it that like not front, on the top of it that he had been focusing through previously. Like he is ready to fire it and he's watching all of you.
So I'm gonna just to make things a little easier when you describe the gun, that large barrel on it reminds me of an elephant trunk. So from now on I'm gonna call it an elephant gun.
Neat.
Naming it after
see.
another pachyderm.
So, plus my modifier, which is wisdom, which is 2. So I need a D8 plus 2.
Oh, you can cure wounds.
So plus 2 is 10 points back with the cure wounds on Eudora.
All right.
Awesome. That puts me back up to full health.
So what in Star's name happened to you? We were told that by several reliable witnesses, well, okay, a reliable witness and an unreliable one, that you just walked off. And I'm ignoring big guy with the rifle.
Changelings enchanted me and took me away. I don't know why.
Tinker, do you know anything about this?
About changelings? No.
Changelings enchanting somebody and taking them away sounds a pretty fey kind of thing to do.
You're an elf.
Hey now, that is very speciesist.
Am I wrong?
I'm just throwing this out there, Dell, you're an elf.
Yeah. It's like elves are known for that sort of stuff too. I'm not that type of fairy.
I've heard that before.
And then Tinker goes, "Ooh, hey, nice gun. Does it have like a rotating? Can I look at it? What does the crystal do?"
Tink, move a little back. I don't want you. That we don't know who he is yet.
At this point, I feel like we are out of combat rounds, so everyone can speak freely. The electrified bullywug ceases movement and will just be dead. The other bullywug with 2 ass cheeks has left, or 2 ass cracks has left. Everybody has 2 ass cheeks, I hope. That one has 3.
Have you ever really seen a frog though with a butt?
Yeah.
Actually, he was known for his amazing booty. He was quite the dancer, and he could shake it.
Did
he have a little top hat too?
I played a little-known video game called Battletoads, where they definitely hit people with their asses.
I don't remember that particular move. I do remember the game. I also remember Battletoads Ninja Turtles, like combo game.
Yeah.
Is that like how you butt thump things in the Mario game?
Yeah, you just turn around and you shoot your butt out and knock people down with it.
It's still better than having things shoot out your butt.
Sounds pretty intense.
Anyways, we got this. I don't want to say his species name. I know it out of character, but we got this hippo guy here. And I am.
He's the one that shot me.
Holding my whip and my shield up still, while everybody else seems to be laissez-faire about this guy. And I'm like, why'd you shoot a friend?
Well, which one was your friend? He looks over the things he shot.
The one with the ears.
Well, I was retained to hunt down, well, this, and he picks up the body the androgynous white thing
Oh.
that is leaking silver fluid.
Yeah, that looks evil.
Then he drops it and he points out somewhere in the swamp, that was another one. It looked like there might have been 3 at the moment. I wasn't sure, so I figured shoot them all. But this one made it very clear she was not bleeding silver. I decided to stop shooting her because no one's paying for that.
Wait, why would you assume? Why would you assume that our friend would bleed silver?
He picks up the body of the first one again and shakes it, and like as he does very vigorously, he's clearly a very strong man because he's picking up a corpse and shaking it with one hand like it's absolutely nothing. And the silver droplets kind of fly everywhere, including on him. He goes, because it happens. Clearly.
They were the ones who kidnapped me, but he thought I was one of them, I guess.
Right, you were kidnapped. Sorry about that. Next
And
time.
no one noticed.
Same at the moment.
Oh, we noticed, but we thought you went willingly somehow.
Look.
I was enchanted, I tell you.
Look.
Is that what we're calling
Adora,
it now?
you keep to yourself a lot. You got a mysterious background. So when some people come and say, hey, Adora went with her own species because she lost her memory and her noggin's not good and we're going to repair it for her, that sounded very good.
Yes, well, they were not Herringons, that's for sure.
What were they? Were these things?
Yes, they can transform.
Damn.
Well,
magic.
they were here and now they're gone, so
This one's called a changeling. And he plops it back into the swamp like he does not care about it. He has zero regard for this body. Like it's clearly not anyone that was personal to him.
Like we treat a piece of chicken, right? Or
Yeah,
some
pretty
beef.
much. Like really, like if somebody said, "Hey, I'll give you $1,000 to go shoot that deer," and you shoot it, you're not like hugging the corpse. You don't care. It's just a dead deer.
Right.
He's treating it like it was never a person. Like he has zero attachment to this.
Yeah.
As a fellow, like
sentient being.
Exactly. He doesn't appear to have any remorse. Is that what I'm trying to get across? And
Well, yeah, he's an assassin.
Colonel Mukudash of the Treasury Alliance, a great deal of us work together to maintain a stability, order within the realms. And what I do, one of my personal jobs is find individuals. He looks down at the thing on the pile of corpse that he has been manhandling or hippo handling. I find those that have been making life difficult for the rest of us, and I put a stop to that. By the way, I should say for those that didn't remember that from earlier, there is a hacksaw on the ground, and the head is also half chopped off. In case anyone forgot, it looks like he's sawing at it for a bit, and then Bullywug showed up.
Can you repeat his name, by the way?
Colonel Mukudash.
Mukudash.
Colonel.
Well,
Sir.
Colonel, thank you for saving our friend. I'm Beetlejuice. I'm a sailor. My friends can introduce themselves.
I'm Eudora. Do you have any idea why they took me?
I do actually. They came here specifically for a target who was deemed the property of another entity, and they are going to return it for a cost. Of course, the trading of certain targets is illegal. Within my alliance, we don't do the trade of humanoids. That's quite illegal for us. Although there's another trade that is very for it, which is mostly, you're familiar with Neogi and the Illithid and the Beholders, those races that are very not humanoid. They're very not like us. They're they're basically monsters, is what I'm saying. And they're the worst, and I wish them nothing but the worst, and I often destroy them.
Adora.
Are you saying they took me because someone said I was a slave?
One moment.
Yeah,
And he goes and he starts rifling through his pockets. And
does that jog any memories for you, Adora? Do you remember being a slave at all?
You have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't know.
He pulls out a strange book with a spiral of metal across the top, and there's no binding on the sides, and he flips it vertically until he finds the page he's looking for. And that spiral of metal appears to be the binding. And as
Tinker's also taking notes on the notebook.
I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That looks so easy. Why didn't I make one of those? He gets to a page, he looks at it and goes, yeah, it is. Yes. It says here you are a magical duplicate, extra parts. I don't think of you that way. No, it is. But that is what it says. And he puts the book away.
A magical duplicate? What does that mean?
There is a type of magic where one can create a duplicate of themselves, a whole nother creature that can live a whole life and even die never knowing it was created in such a way. But if the original needs the parts or dies, they can use you.
I don't know much about
magic. I'm no caster. Sure, you're a clown. Whatever you'd like to be.
A clone. So the person who created me is trying to get me back?
Well, I suppose if he wants to harvest your or she, if you're a duplicate of that, I don't know how it works.
Do you know that person?
I don't know if you have to look like the original. You maybe she's a he, he's a she, they're a they. Whatever it is, you're according to the manifest that they are following, you are the embodiment of parts that the original creator would like back.
Is there a name?
I don't like that at all.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just following the facts. Like, this is the job they were on.
What's the name?
They tracked you. They were here. I got them. You're you. If you're what they were, you said they captured you. So
yes.
If you are what they were hunting, then that. No offense. You look like a nice set of parts.
You got a name? You got a name that's the buyer? The client?
Pulls out his notebook, flips through it. I didn't write that down. Sorry. It didn't seem relevant to my job. Didn't expect to be questioned on this specifically, or I would have written it down. That's my bad.
We're just trying to protect our friend here.
And I wish you the best, assuming that all of you are not in any way in league with. And he picks up the body and shakes it again. More silvery bits.
No, definitely not.
Hey, is there any way we can tell Telltale side that we're talking to a changeling?
What I can tell you, because I've hunted a few of these. I have quite the wall of heads. Oh, you should see my gallery. It's amazing. But what I can tell you about hunting these creatures, they are the worst. If a changeling wanted to, let's say you, sir, and he looks right at you, Beetlejuice, because you're the one who asked. Let's say I was a changeling, which I'm not, no worries. In fact, he pulls out a big, like one of those Rambo knives from the 80s. Remember those things? Big old utility camping knives. And
A-bar.
He makes a cut on himself, and you see what is definitely red blood coming out. And then right after he does that, he goes, all right. And I realized right after I did it, if I was a changeling, I could temporarily make that look like that. So that doesn't really help. And he wipes the blade off. He puts it away. But here, and he wipes it off on a tree. And then he steps away and goes, still red, not silver. That's the point.
Right. Okay, so we're working on
what I would do is I would read your brain know things about you that only you should, in theory, know. Then I would kill you, look like you, and all of your friends, when they talk to me, would see you, and I would repeat things you know. So the best way to get around that, well, I suppose doing what I just did, that seems to work. But if you want to regularly check your friends, have them bleed on things, and then remove those things from their grasp, because I think there's a limit. I don't think they can, unless they also have a spell called Minor Illusion, which they can leave on it. Then you'd be pretty much fucked. But once dead, their magic is gone, both inherent and spells. So that's the best way to check, but I can see where it might not be your first choice.
So we're working on Deep Space Nine rules. That's what we're doing.
Quite possibly, I don't know. I've been on many space stations. I don't know that one.
Well, you've been quite a help. Like, again, thanks again for saving our friend. Dora, are you okay? Do we need to patch you up? Oh, Dell. Dell's got it.
I'm better now.
Already on that.
Well, we have problems with these bullywogs if you're not doing anything. We can give you a share of whatever loot we get if you want to help us bring down that bullywog king and raid his treasury.
Sure.
Well, wait now. What is this bullywug king worth?
I look at Dell. I forgot. You have the notes in the journal.
Yeah. He's only worth 100 gold, sir.
Well, this one is worth 1,000. And he begins like with his massive musculature, just compacting the corpse. Oh wait, no, the head's still on. He goes back to sawing it off first.
Thank God.
A question, sir.
Yes.
You only require the heads from these changelings, correct?
Right, but there are some strange wizards, sorcerers, and such. They're like, if I have these parts, and I found that harvesting is worth its own complete business.
I'm only asking, do you mind terribly if we take the contents of their pockets?
I did rifle through a bit. I didn't see much worth anything. Yeah, you just rips the clothes off and toss them to you.
I figure, hey, opportunity looting.
You weren't looking to, protect the clothing. You didn't want to dress as them, did you?
No. Just
well,
figured, if there's a couple spare coins or, a useful dagger or something.
Oh, no, I don't want any of their crap. I have the best.
Which is exactly why I was thinking, if you weren't going to take it, perhaps you wouldn't mind too much if we did. Consider it recompense for shooting our friend.
You know what? Fair enough. He looks at you and he gives you a slight bow, Eudora. Like he actually does realize that he has made a faux pas. It's not like, yes, I could have accidentally murdered you a moment ago. More of a, oh, my bad. He's not taking it super serious. He's not fawning over you and apologetic. Same time, he doesn't seem to be he acknowledges the mistake. He's bad. He acknowledged that. We're good now, right?
So yeah, is there any money or other small useful items on?
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you roll a D100. How's that sound? That sound fun?
I can do percent.
Cool.
Here's some percent. Maybe. Oh. Well, that's low.
All right. Hang on just a sec.
I was confused because the
rolled
result
10.
was a 10. I'm like, is that the right roll? Oh yeah, it says D100. Okay.
All right. Sorry, I'm pulling up the chart now. If it would load, that would be incredibly helpful.
And I'm checking both changeling bodies.
All right. With a 10. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. Like I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. This is hilarious.
What?
I really feel like I should screenshot this and share it. All right. So there's aught 7 to aught 9 is 2d4. It says roll to gems or art objects 2d4. It has 5 per 750 gold piece art objects. And then it says 11 to 12 roll 3d6 500 gold GP gems. It goes from 7 to 9, 11 to 12. It's like it specifically said of the entire spectrum, screw you, Del Starwind. I'm gonna go ahead and say though, I'm gonna go with the 3d6. Let's see what kind of gems they had on them. But I find that hilarious that particular chart was like, screw you in particular, sir.
I'll have to write them down during when I rewatch later because I didn't have my notepad out. But
I'm gonna share that because that is just crazy. that is hilarious to me.
That is hilarious.
Like of all the things, like right now, you sir. Let's see. And sorry about that, but like I say, we'll give you the better of the two. Oh, there we go. Open. All right. Meantime, for the rest of you, is anybody else doing anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. Cool. Open. Unfortunately, to share it, I need to create a whole thing here. It's annoying, but I'll do it for you guys.
For the lulz.
For the lulz. That's exactly why.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bog it down so bad.
It's not you. I'm uploading it and I'm just not seeing it yet. Oh, there it is. Chart. There you go. And now let's just make this a size that y'all can see. Do y'all see a screen at all?
Nope.
Something changed?
Let's see if something way up. Oh, there.
Oh.
79, 11 to 12.
I'm not crazy, right? You
That is
roll the one number
hilarious.
they forgot to include on the entire
That is
chart.
absolutely hilarious.
So, okay. But yeah, they had come off another job, so I have no problem with them having gyms on them. That made total sense. But apparently, 10's not an option. How dare you roll a 10, sir?
He has a floating disc.
But you didn't get anything better than that because it was an option. But sadly,
Oh, let me show.
I gave you a good chart. I was trying to be nice.
Absolutely. I just rolled crap.
Let me show the audience. There. Now the audience can see the.
Yeah.
Somebody just wasn't paying attention when they made that.
Yep. So yeah, I have no problem changing the 11 to a 10 and giving you the better of the two options, so make it 7 to 10, 11 to 12.
D&D is a
Well,
thank
perfectly
you.
balanced game.
I try to be nice. All right, so it's 3d6 time. The way I'm reading that, I think it means 3d6
Or
times
10.
500.
Yeah. 3d6 gems, each worth 500 gold pieces.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's how I'm reading it. I gave you a nice chart. You're all welcome.
Well, thank you very much. So
So-
between the two of them, we get 11 gems worth about 500 gold pieces each.
Yeah, there's a pocket full of gems that he didn't give a damn about when he searched them, and you find 11 gems. You are aware they're super valuable. You might not know offhand what they're worth, but you're like, oh, holy shit.
Yep.
Let me put that away.
Score.
Pardon my language, Corey. I didn't mean to let that slip. But yeah, you get a decent amount of gems just right off the bat. Look at that. Done.
Excellent.
I look at you and go, your nose.
Hmm? Sorry,
Hey.
you cut out there.
I said, I look at you and I go, you're splitting those.
Of course.
Yeah,
Does this
you're-
mean we don't have to take out the chief now?
We probably still should. Besides which, none of this is going to be small enough change for our purpose.
You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna just be like keep the change on a 500 gold piece gem.
Yeah, that's
Screw
like more
that
than
guy.
10
we need to
times his fee. No.
We need to sell that thing.
Yeah. No, I still want to deal with the bullywug job.
All right.
We'll
then.
leave the colonel to his grisly work, and we'll might as well head back to
Okay.
that village.
Ugh, no kidding.
And you know what? We at this point, with the level of threat that we've posed, we might as well just walk in. Just walk through the gate, say, "Take us to your leader," and
Yes, we're here.
Take me to your
fold his brass
leader.
tacks.
We're here to see the king. I like that. I like that idea a lot. Let's do that.
Just fold his brass tacks. Just walk in and demand to see their chief or king or whatever they want to call him.
Lord
love it.
Emperor Supreme Wuggy Wug.
Ooh, okay. Is that y'all's plan then? You're gonna head back to the Bullywug camp.
I think that's a viable plan.
I
only responsible way to
agree.
do it.
I don't know what the other two say.
Why not?
Yeah, all right.
It's a very men plan, and I don't know if the ladies are in on that. So-
All right. Colonel Makudish just like tips his pith helmet at y'all. He will go to look for that other corpse that should be that way-ish.
I say, as
Well,
I'm leaving,
I mean, I can point out where it was because I went and already rifled its pockets.
Oh, I thought you were rifling the one that he tossed you, the clothes that he tossed.
Oh, I did both.
When you get out to where the other one should be,
Mhm.
you can't find it.
Oh,
escaped. I say to the colonel before we go, "Oh, Colonel, just a bit of advice. These swamps are filled with lizards that create a weird fog that can mess with your heads, and then they try and eat you. These masks help. You can get one in town."
Well, that is great to know. Do they come in large?
I'm sure they can be accommodating.
Oh, they look like leather. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. They have a
I
good leather smith. Is that what they call it? Leather smithing.
I think it's a
offer
leather
him,
worker.
Should be called that.
a set of the herbs and say, really, these are the important part. And if you just wrap them in cloth and cover your breathing holes there with it, you should be
Oh,
fine.
I was on a planet recently. Was having some sort of an outbreak, and they had these face diapers, and he pulls one out.
Oh,
This'll
there you
work
go.
fine.
Put these herbs between sandwich it between two of those or something like that. That should probably do the job for you.
Funny thing, half the people on the planet, well aware of the disease, wouldn't wear the face diapers. They called it face diaper. And then they were like, I wouldn't poop out my mouth or something, and they wouldn't wear them. A lot of them died. Very strange. Anyway, moving on.
So I guess the last one got away. Oh well. Not our problem until it becomes our problem again. We got bullywogs to fight. I didn't hear you, Keith. You're totally muted. You're not muted on Zoom. We can't hear you. Can I hear anybody? Is it me? What just happened? I can't hear anybody. I'm gonna have to figure this out somehow.
Do you have audio yet?
Yes, I have audio again. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Howard thought you were just messing with him.
No, I couldn't hear anything for a second. Apparently, my volume went way low first. I don't know why.
Gremlins.
All right.
Gremlins.
Right.
Always
Say one that
gremlins.
broke the microphone.
It was Tinker. She got in my computer.
Okay,
No.
well, you see, there was this thing, and then I had to fix the first thing, and then there was this cool stroby light effect. I don't know if I was electrocuted or not, but it was kind of
Alright.
cool. And then
So that's her secret background, is that she is a quarter gremlin on her mom's side.
that would explain a lot.
It would, yes.
Shall we go see some bullywugs?
Yes.
All right. Y'all head back the way to the bullywugs. The ground is spongy, wet terrain that stretches as far as you can see. Bugs buzz and birds chirp, and strange groaning sounds occasionally just belch forth from the marsh itself. The nicer smells of nature, like clean air and blossoming flowers, are heavily tainted with overripened fruits, slowly sinking into the marsh, rotten meat left over from meals that larger predators just couldn't be bothered to finish, and a general boggy stench. Near the village, you are in a dense patch of vegetation, discussing your plans to either, or in this case, to just walk forward and inform the bullywugs of your intentions to meet with their leader, with your secret intention to murder their leader. You can feel the mosquitoes just attempting to feast upon your flesh, and your feet slowly just sinking into the muck with each step, and that cold water that's trying desperately to soak through your boots and drench your feet as you see coming up the two bullywugs that are standing around like guards near an opening between some of the trees that go into, as you've already scouted out previously, the bullywug village. What do y'all do?
I think Beetlejuice can take the head on this one.
Really? Well, thanks for volunteering me. Come on, everybody. United front. We can do this.
All right.
I begin to walk forward with my shield in one hand. Hey, you bullywogs!
All right. Both of the guards like turn their heads and they look at you. Actually, I take it back. They're frog people. The big eye things on their tops of their heads rotate and look at you. Their heads don't need to turn.
Yes.
Because frog.
We're here to get an audience with your king.
They pull out their weapons like they're ready to fight. And then there's like this weird pause where they have stopped moving. And then they stand up straight, but they still have their weapons ready to fight. And then they slowly turn their heads, although they're clearly still watching you as their eyes don't move. To it almost, you get the weird like idea that they are insinuating you should continue forward.
Okay, I guess I will.
I mean, I assume the rest of us are following in behind.
That is up to the rest of
I
you.
am.
Yeah.
Bringing up the rear, assuming Tinker's also going with you guys, bring up the rear will be Melina and Kihos, who are looking like they may have been imbibing a bit, and they are giggling at each other, as drunk people sometimes do things that are out of character for the way they might normally act.
You don't say.
Drunk people, who knows? I don't drink. I'm against it.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure y'all saw nothing earlier on the stream, right?
I can't tell what's in your glass. I'm on.
I can't either. In fact, I can tell you, sir, there is nothing in my glass.
Not anymore.
Nothing at all.
That is just space.
That's all I drink in Spelljammer. Space. Final frontier. So you move forward. Now, I believe it was Tinker had scouted it previously. You notice that at this point, especially Tinker, you're going to take particular notice, as you're the one who'd actually scouted, that as you are walking forward, most of the bullywugs, in fact, all of the bullywugs in your area, everyone around you, is like not moving, and their eyes rotate on the tops of their heads towards you, like they're watching you, but they're just standing stock still, like they've given up doing whatever they had been doing prior to your arrival. And then their heads all turn in that same way as before, giving you that weird indication of where you should be going.
Okay.
This is kind of creepy, and
Yeah.
this is kind of giving me some thinkings as to what might be going on behind some of this.
I like this. I like this idea a lot. I like what's going on here.
All right, as you
Continue
make your
on.
way through this village, you see places that are like a normal village. I mean, you see a tannery where there are worked pieces of leather like hanging, but the tanner himself, a bullywug, is just standing and watching you with his head turned and his eyes focused on you, still pointing as the rest of them to which way you should be going. You see that there is a person who is a Boyer / Fletcher, a person who makes bows and arrows, doing likewise. You see there's a cook. There is the smell of freshly cooked meats and fish, which is also meat, but it smells different when you cook it. But also there is a burning smell, like he is no longer watching what is cooking on his grill, as he is watching you in his head, indicating where you should be going. And as you continue to wander through this village, there are families, men, women, children, and to be clear, because it was brought up before, the children are smaller bullywugs, but large enough to have shed their tails and grown legs. They are, in fact, bullywug children that are just no longer the baby tadpole stage that was brought up. So now you've learned a little about bullywug society, as even the children are staring at you and their heads indicating slightly up, because they're short, where you should be going.
Creepy.
Do you think?
Very children of the corn.
Do you think the Bullywog King's got some
We should
sort
be
of
so lucky.
psychic emanations? Do you think maybe that Bullywogs are like all one mind and something like that?
I don't think this is something natural to them.
I don't think so either. Seems very strange.
And Eudora, with your deep arcane knowledge, you are completely unaware of any type of hive mind amongst frog people. No idea what's going on.
I don't think that's how that works.
Nope. Don't know what that is. That makes no sense. Super weird, though. Not a fan. All right. So all of you see all of that occurring, and you find yourself led to. It was one of the two, as I remember telling you before, there were two large structures that Tinker was able to deduce that if I were head Bullywug King, whatever they call him, I would probably be one of these two structures. And sure enough, you are led to one of those structures. And as you look at it, it is not ornate, but better built than most of the other huts around there. It looks like it weathers, well, weather better than most. It's not built with any particular weaponry or accoutrement that would say that if you were laying siege to this place, this is the place that definitely wouldn't go down. I mean, it's still made out of sticks and some sort of muck, some sort of shellac made from the ground, the bog around you. There's nothing about it that says it's amazing, but at the same time, it does look a little bit better than the other crap.
All right, walk on in.
There are, again, bullywugs outside that look like guards, just from their general weaponry and armor and their big turtle shell shields that they have ready to go. But they look at you, and their faces indicating that you should go through what appears to be two doors, double doors, made of a reedy plant that has been strapped together into two large doors that you can probably swing open with ease if you try.
We'll do that, or I'll do that, unless anybody wants to.
Are you in the lead then, Beetlejuice?
Apparently, I'm the lead. I've been volunteered.
I'm right behind him, so.
All right, great, love it so much. All right, as you go in, the doors swing open with ease. You can push them aside. They are on hinges made of ropes attached to more reeds. And you look into the room. There is light. There are torches, secured into some muddy areas that are pushed up against the wall. And at the end of there are 5 bullywugs in the room. 4 of them, 2 of the 4 nearest you, 2 look more like more guards, who are again standing there, just indicating where you need to go, which is the other side of the room. The other 2, you would guess, are feminine based on their clothes more than their actual physicality, as there's not a lot. Bullywugs don't have large breasts and shapely hips. They're not that kind of creature. But you would guess that these might be females that are attending the largest one, whose head is currently down, and he is very wide. His girth doesn't look like it's just fat. It looks like it could also be muscle. But there is definitely a lot going with this guy, whatever he is. He is big. He has a large, thick, furry coat draped around him, or cape. You're not really sure. And his head is pointed down, and his eyes kind of swivel what would be upward because he's pointed down, and face you.
So I want to make a clarification here. This guy just looks like a really big fat bullywug. He doesn't look like something completely different, but frog-like, like a frog hemoth or something.
No, not totally. In fact, do you remember Boss Nass, Phantom Menace?
Yeah. He looks kind of like that.
Kind of like that, but like I say, his head is tilted down.
Right.
The Bullywug King, you're assuming, he does open one of his eyes. His eyes are pointed at you, and one of them opens. He sees you all. If you all walked in, he raises his head, and 4 large tentacles unfold from around his large frog mouth.
So
there it is,
creating a unique horror that none of you has seen before.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right.
A very eldritch.
Right. Okay, let's see if he wants to talk first, but we may just be in combat.
I have a feeling this is not going to be a conversation.
I'd like to know what y'all do first. If y'all want to straight up roll initiative, simply say so.
I would like to keep my distance from his tentacliness.
Right?
And
that's actually his title, his tentacliness.
I will bow but keep my eyes on him, and say, "Your wugginess, we're here to talk to you about a problem you have."
Is anyone else doing anything as he is saying that? I need to know.
I'm just casually holding on to my my crystal pendant, and I'm watching the entire proceedings very, very carefully.
I will be on defense, like dodge. I will take a dodge action if anything comes my way.
I have my hands on my weapons. They're not drawn, but they're like ready.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much same, but granted, in my case, my weapons are tools, so it looks a little less threatening. But then she's also wondering, do they think I look like a bug? I mean, I think they look kind of like frogs. Does that mean that they would try and eat me?
Yeah. 100%.
So she's basically kind of daydreaming about like possibly being eaten by a frog and then cutting her way out of the stomach.
Ew.
You have some
I
messed up
absolutely love
daydreams.
it.
Very disturbing.
Two reactions. I love it. Disturbing.
I do believe that Quijos said he would fight if, like that Spike said Quijos would fight if it came to it with everybody. So,
So you're ready.
yeah, ready.
All right. You call that a ready to action if you like. All right. So you say that to him. You call him his wooginess. I need to know first, in your own personal mind, when you said that, were you attempting to be snarky, or did you actually mean that with any air of respect at all?
I tried to be respectful. I don't know how you. I would think a bullywug would like to be the woogiest boogie wug of all.
All right, cool.
But yeah,
Because I need to know exactly how your character perceived what he said, not just how it sounded to me as the storyteller. Because I'll be honest, my first thought was snark. But if that's honestly what you meant, that does change things just slightly. So I need you to make a roll. Let me find your. It's a wisdom save. Let me double check here. I think it's against a 15, but I need to double check. You can go ahead and roll it, and I'll tell you if you made it.
I did not make it.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter then. Yeah. All right. So you say that, and you feel like just that shiver up your spine. Like there's something wrong and super creepy here. If you hadn't already picked up on that, you feel like it's worse than you thought. Whatever it was you thought, things feel slightly worse. At which point, every bullywug in the area, which there are 4 in the room with you other than the king, and then there are 2 immediately outside the doors that you just passed. Maybe more throughout the entire, village, but those immediate 6 voices you hear speak as one, and they say, "His wooginess would like to know your full intentions. Do you desire combat?"
Oh,
No,
okay.
what we desire is gold. And we were promised gold if we came here and took the king back. But if the king can give us what we need, we'll leave here peacefully.
All right. Do you mean what you say? And
I don't know if
automatically because I
they
beat
are
you
on the
in
same page, but that's what I totally, as a pirate, that's how
Yeah.
pirates operate.
I completely agree, but I need to know
Go with the highest bidder.
because he is literally inside your brain right now. If paying you makes you leave, or if fighting is what's needed, he's in your brain. He would know.
That's exactly what I said. I told the exact truth. As
Okay.
far as my character understands things.
How? Well, no, he's in your brain. He would actually know. 100 gold and you leave.
That's right.
Is that the accord?
That's correct.
It will be given to you outside of the village from the way that you entered. And then again, that is every bullywug except him speaking.
Nobody else is creeped out by.
Oh, big time.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Everybody hears this, so that we're clear.
I turn around and I said, "We got 100 gold, mates. Let's go."
If you return all of the bullywugs again, if you return, you will be destroyed, as will the village you came from. And Corey, your character, Beetlejuice specifically, sees in his mind, conjured up for him from his own memory, everyone that lived there, everyone he saw, and then he sees them being viciously murdered by the Bullywug army.
Right. You don't need to threaten me. We're all good. If you would like to know, we're off to some far off place beyond the desert. You'll probably never see us again.
In your mind, as you say that, you find yourself, you were kind of already thinking of.
Uh-oh. What were you saying?
We lost the dungeon master.
Yeah. I was already thinking what? Nope. No,
Nope.
Howard. He's
The
gone.
dungeon master.
He's totally gone.
He's frozen.
He's become one with the froghemoth.
Yay, we win.
Are you there? Are you back?
Howard?
I don't want to fight a player.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Great. You know what's weird is that at no point did y'all cut out for me.
Oh.
Good.
I
Weird.
even literally disconnected from the internet and reconnected. Still heard you.
That is creepy.
Say net magic.
That's creepy. We are in your apartment or something.
Or that, or we're actually all connected by the frog flayer.
The Vecna frogs.
So I was thinking what? I was already thinking something, and that's where you cut out.
Oh, okay. So let's see. I'm just gonna recap real quick. I don't know exactly what that was. So, he conjured in your mind everybody that lived in the village.
Got past that?
And then being murdered. Oh, yeah. And then he conjured up, because you were talking about it, he conjured up what your exact goal was, where you're going and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy.
There was no commentary, but you are aware that he has probed into your mind, and that because those thoughts were, even though they were like near the surface, they were fully rendered. Like if I say Jack Nicholson, you might picture the Joker from Batman, but everything you know he's been in will suddenly start like flowing into your head. Like all the tangential information is.
And he's gone again.
Gone
Oh
again.
man.
Well, I get the gist of what he's saying now.
Yeah.
He knows everything you're thinking and have ever thought. That's creepy
cool.
as hell.
No, I'm not mad about that. It's not like frogs can cross a dangerous desert and want to fight, arachnid creatures to get aboard
Something
the
about
ship.
spiders, and that you're going to recover treasure. Your initial goal was to recover treasure from this crashed Spelljammer ship, but now you're actually hoping it will be a ship that can get you off this planet.
Yep.
He knows, that this creature knows all of that. And there's no question that whatever he is not a regular bullywug.
No.
Oh yeah, we get that.
So I'm pretty. I don't care. Like these frog people aren't gonna make it across a desert. Whatever.
They use a lot of wet clothes, just wrap themselves in it, and start hopping. Gotta go.
All right. I'll give the king a bow and then turn around and head back out where we came.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
I tell everybody, he's in my head. He made an accord. We're gonna get paid from him instead of having to fight him. Standard
as you
issue
all
pirate
leave,
stuff.
You are continuously watched by the bullywugs. This time they are facing the exit. and their eyes are facing you and tracking you all as you go. Like watching you guys has become the most important thing to every bullywug in this village. Although none of them are currently acting on it, they are ready to act, and you feel that as you are leaving. Does anybody do anything else while you're in this village?
Nope.
Fantastic. When you get to the edge of the village, a bullywug is walking, but not with the usual slight hop that most of the bullywugs kind of do naturally as they're going, but one is walking very determined, slowly plodding forward toward the gate as you arrive, and it holds forth what appears to be a like a canvas sack of something, and he is just waiting, and he's watching you to take it.
I'll pluck it out of his hand, say, "Thanks, mate. Hopefully I'll never see you again."
Every single bullywug says, "Or you die."
Again, you don't need to threaten me. This is
All right.
just business, mate. Just business.
All right, y'all begin making your way back towards town. While you do that, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and then I will come right back. Y'all are welcome to discuss everything that you just saw and keep the show going. Love y'all. Be back in a bit.
Yeah, that's not creepy AF.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is standard procedure for Bullywog Society.
Shh.
I'm gonna want to, like, when we get back to the desert village there, and we return to our rooms, because it's way too late in the day for us to be heading off on our trek with our guide anyway. I think we should give them a warning as to what's actually going on, what we see in this Bullywug village, because this could be bad for them.
Oh, it could be.
Even if
very
we're
bad
not
for
doing
them.
anything about it, I think that we should let them know.
They should build a wall in that village, just in case. I mean, something with a non-stick surface.
Lots of spines.
So, but we got our gold, we got paid, we can get across the desert. And really,
Mm-hmm.
really, that's what we were looking for, right?
Yes. Not fond of leaving that behind us, but we've got other fish to fry.
I don't know if we could have taken him if we wanted to, so
I don't think so. I don't think we could have.
yeah, I'm doubting it myself.
Well, maybe
Not
if he
knowing
was,
what we know now.
maybe if he was by himself, but we had like 5 guards
Mm.
inside, 2 more guards outside.
If he has the mental power to dominate an entire village like that, what could he do to us?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of surprised that he was willing to just pay us off and let us leave and
Yeah.
then just kill us.
Well, maybe it only works
It
on
was
other.
just the easier solution. I mean,
Maybe
if you can
Suppose.
pay it off and let them go, then who cares, right?
Maybe it only works on other bullywogs. My mind is like a steel vault. He couldn't get in there if he wanted.
but you said
did.
what he did. He was in there.
No.
He
That
was crawling around and doing all
No,
Did you say he was
no,
talking
no.
to you in
That
your
was-
mind?
That was just stuff I wanted him to see.
Uh-huh. Sure.
That's just standard parlay stuff with magical people. You get used to this kind
Keep
of thing.
telling yourself that.
out in the ether out there, out in the astral plane. You know them thought eaters and stuff. You gotta talk to them sometimes.
You keep
too.
telling yourself that.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing too,
Exact.
but it's not what you're telling us you're doing.
Oh, such little faith. I got us the gold, right?
We got the gold. It was the easiest solution. It was the right decision. I still want to
Look,
warn this village just in case they need to defend themselves against it.
it's like when you get in a car with somebody and they're driving all crazy and then you get to your destination and you're like, I'm never driving with you again. You're a terrible driver. And the guy's like, you didn't die. We didn't get in a crash or anything. So I must be fine. It was fine. You're fine. Stop being such a drama queen.
And then there's that added bonus of, oh, you don't want to go home? All right. As y'all are making your way through the swamps, I do need to make an encounter check because I love you.
Sure. I have all my hit points still, so why not?
Yeah, that's actually pretty low. You see, there's kind of a mist starting to build up, a reddish mist.
Nope.
Ace is on.
I believe everyone had a mask.
Except for
Do
Sarah.
I?
Yep.
Except for Eudora.
No, I
All
think
right.
Eudora bought one. No, did she?
I don't
She
think
did.
she did, no.
No. Because I made us think about how she wouldn't need one in the desert.
You did.
And I didn't even do that in character. I did it out of character, and you still listened to my advice. Should have done what you wanted to do.
Well,
no
you
matter
know what? If I'd have known we were going to be coming out here, I would have gone back and gotten one like you guys did.
Well, you were
Yeah, but you were
ensorcelled.
kidnapped by what you thought were bunny people that turned out to be faceless, crazy white people.
Don't get whammy,
You can't
man.
trust white people.
It can't.
You gotta have a steel trap mind, a steel vault like Beetlejuice has.
Whatever, man. Well, do we have enough like herbs I can put on a cloth or something?
I can give you a packet of herbs that you can kind of
All right.
find some way
And I'll
to
do that, I guess.
All right, make a quick survival check, which you're actually good at, so shouldn't be a thing.
I hope so.
Get that thing on right. Oh, man.
You just can't do it.
Awesome. Okay, so only Eudora needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Does she at least get advantage for having the herb packet pressed up against her?
You know what? It would have been immunity, but I'll say that since she has the herbs, but didn't put it right, we'll give her like she's just one of those people that doesn't wear her mask actually over her nose.
I am not one of those people.
I'll give you the advantage.
All right. So I'm rolling what exactly?
Saving throw, wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Either roll it twice or
with
put your
advantage.
on.
Okay.
Right. Also, I forgot in the original scene with these things that when y'all pulled the mask off of the woman, she should have made a saving throw at that point, and I forgot to add that in there. So that was my bad.
All right. Hang on. I'm looking for
Well, she clearly made her save then, right?
Yeah, she must have, because I forgot. I am terrible
Where-
at keeping up with DM NPCs in the party. I am the worst at that. I don't know why. I'm just like, they're not important, are they? I forgot about them again.
Okay. Where is the saving throw stuff? I'm not seeing it.
Where your actual
Oh,
stats
never
are,
mind.
your
I
attributes?
see it now.
Okay.
I see it now. Never mind.
All good then.
Like as I
18?
said that, I saw it.
You can thank Dell for arguing for your advantage.
Yes.
Thank you.
And now you can turn it back. Now you can turn advantage off.
I got your back.
Remember, turn advantage off after you use it.
I did. Yes.
It's not super important. I can always just take the number on the left. It's not that hard.
There's that.
But all right, so like there's a moment like you can feel like these thoughts starting to race through your mind, but you're able to discern they are not your own and you resist it. Everyone else is wearing their specially made masks that properly, and they have the herbs in the nose beak area. So all of y'all are fine, and Eudora, you are able to process your thoughts as you walk along with the group and know that they're not your own. It's up to you whether you share that you're having any weird thoughts, but you are able to control yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention that.
But
I was just thinking about murdering you all. You're okay with that, right?
You can think of it
Little
that way.
murder
You
between
can look at
friends.
your group, and it's up to you to decide how your character misinterprets information. Which of these people seems the most likely to harm you? Who's you know that they're all out to get you. The whys are up to how your character would interpret it. However, our two highest perceptive people. Oh wait, Sarah, you weren't in that group before. What is your passive perception? Do you know? It's essentially your perception bonus plus 10 if you don't have it written down.
Let me see.
If you do have it written down, it's right under your stats. I think at the bottom of your skill list.
It's underneath your skill. You look at your skill
Yeah,
list.
bottom of your skill list. That's what
right at the bottom of it.
So that would be 15.
Oh, 15. You are first to notice the red snakes on the ground. Like, y'all all expected to see them and are looking around, but you're the first to notice one that is beelining towards you because you smell delicious. As you are in control of your thoughts, for the most part, you are able to like pull your thoughts together and go, oh, that's a snake coming at me.
Can I stomp it with my boot?
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right.
You are considered proficient in your hand-to-hand attacks. So it's your strength plus 2.
Does that put me at a greater is it like more dangerous than trying to hit it with a weapon, or is it the same either way?
Probably the same unless you're a dex-based character using dex-based weapons.
I am a dex-based character.
Well, then you might want to use a dex weapon. Your foot's not a dex weapon.
That's
Total
a good
dexterity
point.
is not a feat that they have mentioned yet.
That's a good point. Let me see here.
Not a feat, huh?
Oh, you know what? I actually have a feat called Lucky Footwork.
Do you really? What's it do?
Yes, it says if I fail a dexterity saving throw, I can use my reaction to roll a d4 and add it to the save, potentially turning the failure into a success.
It's not an attack.
That's awesome, but you're actually attacking, not saving.
True. All right, fair enough. All right. I guess I'll just try to stab it with my sword then.
Good plan.
Cool.
Get that snake lander.
All right. 17 to hits. You should be able to click on the words in the chat that says long sword two-handed to get a result to show up for damage.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I've just got so many screens. I've got all my screens and then her screens because I didn't want to close out her screens. So.
Oh, see, I would have accidentally closed them all to make my life easier.
No, that's not
accidents
nice.
happen. It's not even my fault.
It's not nice.
I'm not
Okay.
nice.
For slashing.
It's not a huge amount of damage, but these things rely on you being mentally incapacitated, not so much on you being physically capable. In other words, they have not a lot of hit points. It's like killing a cat. It's not hard. You just shouldn't because it's mean because we love cats.
Right. We don't love snakes that are trying to kill us, though.
Come on, we all know.
So it's dead.
We all know cats versus commoners. The cats win. That's an old D&D meme. Cats versus commoners. Y'all ever heard that? If you take the stats for house cats and you take the stats for commoners and you have them fight, cats will come out on top usually.
Well, cats have natural weapons. They have claws and
exactly.
teeth.
That's true.
You know, that is actually true. And I know that a old school wizard only had a D4 of hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is still somehow better than a commoner, the commoners must have been screwed.
Yeah.
Well, as someone who has been attacked by her cat when he got mad at me, yeah, especially if you're not expecting it. Of course, my other cat then attacked him because, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. He beat the crap out of him for that. He was like, no.
But how has that hand been seasoned? Maybe. I'm just saying.
There's a bunch of gushy food on it.
All right. So a snake is slithering right for you, and you're like, you take out your weapon, you're like, boink, and it's dead. And everybody else is immune. So we're just going to say that you are able to defeat this challenge and head back to the village. The village of humanoids or snake and reptilianoids. I don't know. They were lizard folks and snake peoples. So, but hey, not frog people controlled by a horrible tentacle frog.
No, not that.
All right, this sounds great.
As we have learned, the Bullywug King's a frog flayer, and that turns out to be all kinds of creepy.
All right. So I was saying while you were off there that once we it's obviously late enough in the day that we're not going to start our desert trek tonight anyway. So we'll head back to the inn. But when we get there, I want to talk to the bartender and warn her about this Bullywug village and potentially what kind of a threat it might pose. So that we just basically decided that this was kind of too big for us to handle, and that maybe they want to be a bit more closely on guard for that, because they seem to have some kind of creepy hive mind thing going on. And the king had the little jingle jangle going there.
Jingle jangle. You mentioned the face tentacles.
He added sleigh bells to it. Ching 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 ching.
All right. They will. The lady takes in your account, and she actually pulls out a paper and makes some notes. I'll pass that on. That's good to know. Weren't able to slay it then, so I guess can't give you any reward. No offense.
No. We didn't earn a reward on that one.
All right. Well, I wish you the best. Thank you for telling us. Maybe we can just find a new route through the swamp. I know there's more than one. It's just that was the easy one.
Might be a good idea.
All right. You all have any other actions for the night?
I'm gonna go see the scout.
Scout. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Well, he said he'd meet you all there in the mornings. Like he doesn't live there. He actually does not live in the inn.
I know he doesn't. I met him
there.
So,
but it's a small place. I mean, if you look around and you ask anybody, you're able to find him if that's what you want to do. If you want to find him tonight,
we were pointed out to his place when we first got in.
Oh well, even better because I didn't write that down in my notes. But sure, cool, awesome. I'm sure that happened. I don't doubt you at all. I just honestly didn't write that particular factoid down. Sure. All right, you go to his place. He lives in it looks like a mud hut, basically a hut made of mud. It's not particularly fancy, but it looks like it would definitely keep the elements out. It's got a wooden door. You are free to knock.
All right.
Who's that then? The door comes open a little, and you see the side of his face, like through the crack, looking at you.
Hi there.
I don't remember you. And he opens the door the rest of the way. What can I do for you?
Pick up a pouch. I've divided them into two halves. This is the pouch.
Okay, so you don't hand him 100 gold. You hand him
no.
How much do you hand him?
I hand him the pouch, the Bullywug pouch with 50 gold in it, and the other 50 is in my own pouch.
All right. He takes it. He shakes it near his head. It feels like a decent amount. No offense. I do have to look, but I appreciate it. Just a moment. Come on in.
All right.
He looks. He sees you're alone, so he doesn't look like there's a whole group of people rocking into his house. He doesn't look like particularly terrified or anything. Dad, who's there? Then you see like two little kids come out that are also some sort of snake people kids. They have this like little patches of scales around them. They're similar coloring to him. I don't know what about. I told you I was going to go on a new adventure. Give us enough money. We're going to be fine. Just go play. I'll just have to deal with this man. He seems very nice. No worries. Do you need anything to drink? Well, he's like pouring it out.
Of course, I always take a drink. Thank you.
Sounds great. Kids, you want just water or you want something? There's a fruit that grows around here that's not bad.
Sure, I'll take your not bad fruit.
Kids, get the fruit juice. and one of the kids will go and he'll come back with a gourd that's filled with juice and he'll pour you a cup.
All right.
And he counts it out and goes, I appreciate the, I'm going to call it a tip. Is there more you're expecting of me, or are you just a good man?
Oh, was it 40 gold and now 50? I forgot. I've been on an adventure with the bullywugs over there. I think I got hit in the head a little.
Well, I already said it, so I'm not going to be able to snake out of that one. See what I'm saying there? Because,
Right.
But
yeah.
anyway.
You're very funny.
Sure. So, no, it was just 40. However, I mean, if you want to pay extra, I can get us a ride and make it very fast across the desert. Get you there in a couple days. But if this is what you want to do, 40 gold, I can get you there, and I'll make my trek back.
There's 5 of us. Can that ride get all 6 then?
6? Yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Then you can keep the extra, and we can take the faster ride.
All right. I just want to say the extra would be another 20 gold. So that's 10. You're halfway there.
Oh, you're killing me.
But it would be a mount, or 2 mounts actually. That would be enough to get us all there very quickly.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I gotta go rent the mounts, or unless you can get a deal on mounts, maybe. I don't know. But if I'm doing it, I know what they're going to charge me.
All right, here. I pull out 10 gold and I slam it on the table.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you. I look forward to seeing you in the morning.
Let me tell you something. You're the scout around here, eh?
I am. There's another guy. He's gone missing. Very strange.
Oh yeah.
But that's more his problem than mine. It's kind of doing me a favor.
Would you like
to? Wishing he ill on him. I didn't do it. I swear. I'm not that kind of guy.
I've got a story for you if you're interested.
All right. What's going on?
Well, we went off to that bullywug king, right?
I heard about that. Waylaying some of our merchants taking the road through the swamps.
Yeah, but this bullywug king, he's got like super mental powers or something. He gets up in your brain, in your mind.
Was there any red mists about when you saw the bullywug king?
In fact, I was wearing this mask at the time.
You pull the mask out and he goes, Oh, okay. Well, then I guess that wouldn't it then. So no offense.
He has
the way it probably came off.
He has every single one of those
bullywugs are not sophisticated like you and me. They're not the smartest. They're just kind of they got little frog brains. Look, I mean, they have a village.
You're not listening to me, mate. You're not listening to me. Those little tiny brain buggy wuggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all been mentally dominated by this king. And the king is like 4 of them stacked all, pushed together. Like, that's the size of this guy. And he has, tentacles coming out of his neck flaps. His jowls.
Well, that sounds horrifying. Make it a persuasion check. Natural 20.
Look at that.
He is listening with rapt attention. Like, you describe the details of what you saw and how the interaction went, and you get that moment that you as a fellow game master storyteller would understand out of game, when you actually have engaged your audience and you know that they're all actually listening to you and they seem really intent on what you're saying next. You hit that peak moment that I wish I could hit more. And every word, he is just eating it up amazed. So I don't know if I'll be going through the swamps ever again. That's a shame. There's good money in getting some of the fruits and mushrooms from the swamps.
Well, he said
I'm not harvesting there anymore.
If he ever saw my mug again, or the mug of my friends, that he'd come stomping in with his entire army and wipe this village from the map.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he could just go straight into your brain like that and just pull your thoughts up, that's horrifying, mate. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my kids the hell away from there. Damn.
Yeah. If you could recommend to the village, I think you might want to invest in a wall.
You know, that's some smart thinking there. I'll share that.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
I'll see
You're
you
a
in
good man. Thanks for sharing.
He's gone again.
He's gone again.
It happens. It's tragic. He's got the phrases.
You broke his brain so much that it broke the computer.
So how early?
Why do I still hear you?
How early?
We can hear you again now. You're back.
Oh, it was the whole time you can hear me. That's
How
hilarious.
early can we get out of here?
All right.
How early can we leave? When
As
will
soon
you
as
be
you're ready in the morning, I'll be happy to take you. Right now, because you just absolutely rocked that whole interaction, you feel like he wants to be your friend. Like he thinks you're super cool and he wants to hang out with you and he's excited to do this job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're gonna have
Aw.
adventures together. It's gonna be great.
All right.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna say that based on the time, we can go ahead and call the game here as you all begin prepping tonight to get ready on your long trek through the desert tomorrow. So you can talk amongst yourselves and come up with ideas and how you want to approach your desert hike. And then when we come back in a week, we'll begin that new adventure. By the way, everybody, before we end the game, you did a cool side quest. You killed it without combat. I was a little sad. Totally had like all the stats up
Aw.
for the frog player. And you would have, just so you know, out of character, freed an entire like village of frog people from their evil, horrible monster master.
If we survive.
Aw.
Oh well.
When
And
we
then
have
you
died
pirates.
horribly.
Maybe. I don't know. He was a pretty high level challenge rating.
Yeah.
But if you had beat him, it would have been amazing. And there's all kinds of cool,
not-
like, magic items and stuff you'll never see. Too bad.
It's
Aw.
not my responsibility.
I mean, if we'd had Kihos and been able to convince the colonel to join us, we probably could have made a good fight of it. I don't like our odds the way we saw it.
Those were both options. I mean, I can't control whether or not the player of Kehoe Spike can, play a game, but I can decide whether or not you talked the colonel into joining, and I didn't feel like you had talked him into it. So
It doesn't help that he's outranks me rather significantly. So
yeah.
Did you
All
notice?
right.
Did you notice I
So-
introduced myself as a sailor?
If
yeah,
y'all
I kind of
want-
faded back because I still have my old uniform, even with all the insignia removed.
I'm like, this guy
Mm.
seems military. I'm a sailor now.
If y'all want, if you're gonna level up in the same class that you're in, you can go ahead and roll it now.
Cool.
Or you can just take the average +1.
That's what I
or
do.
if you're thinking you would like to think about it between now and next week and want to wait until next game, you can totally do that, and we'll work it out at the beginning of the next game.
Hey, let's say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for watching. If you watch this video all the way through, you obviously like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe and the bell, and you will know when we're going to do it again, because YouTube notifies you. It's really great that they do that. So
I didn't wait for anyone to answer whether or not they wanted to level up their character right now. Oh, well, they don't need to know. Screw you, fans. All 4 of you. Said Corey, not me. I love you.
From Sarah, Brenna, Keith, Howard, and myself, good night, everybody.
Night.